Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what will probably be the final part of this episode. Boo hiss.
We have a ship mystery on our hands.
Inevitable cliffhanger incoming.
No.
Wait, wait, hang on a minute. Is this a ship mystery, or is that actually a murder mystery? Because we've turned it into a ship mystery. That's what's happened.
Right.
Cool.
Moving swiftly
Ship in
on,
danger.
you guys who were in the in Silverbrook Hall have finished your interrogation. Those of you who were outside went shopping for supplies. Arya, you went to get your armor repaired.
I did.
The wood elf in the Fletcher's shop will quite happily repair your gear for you.
Okay.
He's willing basically as he'll do you a favor one elf to another, and he'll repay your armor for like basically 3 gold and basically make it
Sweet.
as good as new.
Works for me. For 3 gold, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, your armor has not been good as new for quite some time, so this is quite the promise you're looking forward to.
Yay! Can we also buy like rations and arrows?
Oh yeah. Well, that,
Can you buy some for me too?
well I should.
Yes, you tell me what stuff you're looking for, and I will tell you if they stock it, because they are not quite as well stocked as the.
I mean, quite literally, all I want is rations and arrows. That's all I'm looking for.
Yes.
I'm looking for. Since the sign kind of like inspired me, and I'm looking for a woodcarver tool set. Would I be able to find something like that?
Roll me an investigation check as you ask around town to see if there is somebody who would sell you wood carving set. Okay, I will tell you what that means in a minute. Okay. As for the rest of you, you can buy at similar sort of prices. You can buy 20 arrows for a gold, and you can buy 2 days worth of rations for a gold.
Can I buy
The
20
rations
arrows?
are double price basically. Of what they were in the other one.
Oh yeah. Rip-off artist.
Just less freely available supplies. This is a military providing town.
It's true. Yeah, I'd like to buy the arrows and the rations, please.
Mm-hmm.
So how many rations?
2 for gold.
God, and it like what it usually is actually.
Is it? Oh yeah. It doesn't really matter. It's 2 for gold.
I'll stock up up to 12 rations, so then it'll be 6 rations for 3 gold.
Mhm.
And I would like to buy 10 gold worth of bits and bobs because I need that. I need like just bits and bobs for my tinkering.
Oh, tinkering components. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that like it's kind of an odd request, and they sort of struggle to find some of the stuff that you're looking for. But they they managed to find a certain amount of components that you can use.
Just like basically junk they don't need.
Yeah. Like you basically like ask them if they have springs, and they're just like, I don't know, and they manage to like fish some out of a drawer somewhere, and they're like, well, these do, and you're like, yeah, those are fine. Like these are elves. Like mechanisms to them are kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
They hold very little interest in mechanisms and their craft. Yeah. Okay. And basically, as you finish up your purchasing, you see walking down the hill towards you is Ilaran. And he seems to be deep in thought until he basically walks into you guys, and then he's like, "Oh, there you are. I couldn't stand being outside the hall any longer."
Arya just kind of nods. The others managed to get in.
Yes, I can only hope that the marshal will let them question her and find out more.
Good. I suppose we'll go back to the tavern and wait for the others to return. So a whole lot we can do out here.
Yeah. Well, if you've got everything, you all basically meet back at the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, I have everything I need, so.
I think well, I didn't find like the wood carving set. Did
I? Yeah, no. You ask around to look for the woodcarver, and you basically learn that the person who carved the Silverwood sign is the Lord of Silverbrook Hall himself, who is not currently present.
Okay.
So they have no idea where you would get a woodcarver set, and the Lord of the Manor is not here to ask.
Yeah, well, I'll give up on that then for now.
Yeah, the others arrive in the tavern, and you can commune.
Woo!
Nice.
I'm basically just going to explain everything that I know happened, because I don't know that V left to ask secret messages.
Yeah, you guys are basically brought up to speed with the process of the interview.
But Vondal very much iterates as an attempt to kind of reassure Ilaran, like, I believe her story.
Yeah.
I really don't think this is a simple case of person murders somebody else. There is another force involved.
He seems very happy that you agree.
Speaking of which, I was wondering if I could talk to you about her a little bit.
Of course.
I guess we'll start simple. What was your opinion on the captain?
Luka.
Steady.
Wow.
Don't say anything.
The captain was... she was a great teacher. I basically I've served under her ever since I signed up. She was my teacher, and then when I graduated, she gave me my laurels, which indicates the badge on his chest. And it was her that sent me out to go and range my territory. I've known her for 20 years, which in elf time is not a huge amount of time, but it's decent enough time to know somebody.
And of course, well, do you know how close she was to everyone else? What everyone else thought of her?
Well, she's not the sort of commanding officer that gives orders from on high and expects you to just listen to them without condition. She worked alongside us, and she was our friend, and we'd go back to the barracks at the end of the day, and she'd sit in her office and she'd have the door open and she'd listen to anything that you had to say. I know, like, some of the recruits didn't get on with her, but it never went anything more than just sort of backroom barracks talk, as far as I know.
Why is it, do you think, that people didn't get along with her? Those few.
he laughs and says, well, why does anyone not get on with their commanding officers? Some people just hate being told what to do.
You have an excellent point there. But was it her discipline, just her as a person, or what?
Anariel was never harsh. Like, she punished me plenty of times when I made missteps, but it was never unjustified.
And this, I guess, backroom barracks talk. What was there any? Was it simply just the punishments are the worst? Was it simple complaints, or was there something? Was there more serious things? Like, did other people maybe think the punishments were unjustified?
I mean, some of them did, but these are the sort of spoilt brats that don't make the choice to join the Wild Hunt. They just sort of sign up because they have nothing else to do. And honestly, I think they expect it to be a walk in the park. I went into this knowing full well the effort that was involved, and I relished that chance, but some of them didn't agree and felt that Anariel's punishments were harsh or unjust, but I disagree. There was nothing sinister that came of it, not that I ever experienced.
I guess the key thing then, and I think the top priority as far as I am concerned at the moment, is learning more about this figure. Seeing a mysterious figure, then suddenly losing your memory, and the next thing you know, something you would never do has happened, doesn't seem natural. And this figure almost certainly, either he did it, or he knows what did it.
I think we should go to the crime scene as soon as possible.
Real quick, Illarin, you said, wait, have you been in the area with your, have you been in the area when you've been doing your work?
I've been around. I've been ranging always between 2 to 3 days away from home. When I met you guys, that was the closest I'd ever been back to Silverbrook.
Okay. When you've been out, have you heard of anything or anyone strange in the forest? I know it's not necessarily nearby, but it's the connected area, so.
I vanquished my fair share of beasts whilst I was out there, but nothing. I didn't encounter anything more than I was expecting on a ranging trip.
Do you know of anyone who might have been unhappy with Anariel's command, in the sense that they might want to the extent of wanting to remove her position?
No, not to do something like this.
Okay.
At the lowest level, this is some overly powerful magic user who's gone too far. At worst, it could be something much more powerful. And unfortunately, I'm leaning towards the second of those options. Whilst
Roll
possible.
me an unskilled intelligence.
Okay.
Oh,
well, shit.
bro.
Whilst you know that you know that elves are usually resilient to mind-altering magic of most kinds. You are aware of there are non-magical methods to affect memory. If that is indeed what has happened, basically, I'm using this intelligence check to correct the fact that you've said this is probably magic, because there could be many reasons why this would occur. Not all of them magical, not all of them with malicious intent.
Right. Right. Interesting.
'Cause,
I guess Vondal probably says that and then kind of
yeah, I'll say from example as well, like you've in your service as being like a marshal, you've arrested people who've been on mind-altering substances that like believe they're being attacked by like a swarm of bees, or like the ground is quicksand, or like other equally ridiculous ideas, and you've sort of locked them up for their own safety. And you know that there are chemical and toxin-induced ways that your mind can be affected. Just as one example.
Yeah.
Also, intense physical trauma to the head tends to do that to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would probably have noticed some, or it would probably have been mentioned if it would have been a blow to the head, because
They examined her and there did not seem to be one, yes. I'm just saying,
So,
don't
worst case
don't
scenario-
don't fixate
Yeah.
on magic.
Okay, so worst case, so lowest order, it's some kind of weird substance that's caused some kind of that's had some kind of effect. Actually, would those things have? Would substances like that happen kind of instantaneously, bam, or would it be something that kind of moves in over time, like after a set time, will start having effects?
Medicine check.
I guess there are a lot of different poisons, or well,
Oh,
natural
for
and
fuck's sake.
artificial.
God damn it.
You don't know about the sort of fuse times on these substances. You can make a guess that based on dosage they'd have different effects, but calling any more specific than that would be difficult.
Could I put this question to my companions? 'Cause
Yeah.
I probably have the feeling that
You can
Kelariis-
vocalize the
Kelariis would
thought
probably know.
aloud.
yeah,
And
I'm
they
very
can
much going to do
respond.
that.
Anyone who wishes can make a medicine check to identify more about the effects of potentially mind-altering substances.
This is the thing. Vondal probably feels that
No.
people like
Wait.
yeah, he probably feels that
Okay.
probably people like Vi or even
Nope.
Ella probably know more.
Guys, why
Progressively
are we
gets
so
worse.
dumb?
I mean, I say that, but everyone's only trash apparently.
Mine is decent.
Yeah, V, you
Yeah.
know, most poisonous effects tend not to have instantaneous effects, but in the art of herbalism and alchemy, there are ways that you can accelerate a poison's effect on the body. Like introducing certain sugars, certain quickening agents, etc., can increase the effect.
Right, it would take a slightly more skilled.
Something that has this instantaneous effect would probably not be found naturally occurring. It would have to be altered, if that is.
Like,
Yes.
I also think we shouldn't spend too much time anymore here, because like
Yeah.
we are kind of on the clock.
Yes. 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Dawn of the final day.
24
And actually,
72 hours remaining.
when he said 3 days, that was including this day, which is already 2/3 of the way
Oh.
through.
Fuck.
Shit. That's true.
Okay, I want to go to the crime scene today still.
Okay. To the crime scene.
Oh,
Batman.
What?
Do we know when this actually took place? Like, was it
No.
today or?
You did
you
not
say like during a
ask.
patrol?
During their patrol, yes.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, what day? Like, how long ago did this happen?
Fuck.
Because you can be detained for a while, but not have it like
You
happen.
did not ask.
Happen. Shit.
Such idiots. What the fuck, guys?
I'm supposed to
Did,
think about this.
Wait, is hello? Oh,
Elleran.
Eleran.
Elleran is with you, yes.
Does
when did
Ellerin
he-
know when it
Oh,
took
you can just
place?
ask him when he or how long has he been out.
But he was away
Yes.
for months. wasn't
Elleran
he?
has been away
Yeah.
for months.
Ah, okay, then that's a
Can we
very
ask
long
him if
time
he knows when
period.
it took place?
You can ask, yes.
I would like to ask him.
He might have asked them. So.
About 4 days ago.
Okay. Wow,
God,
that's a
there
long
might
ass
not be
time.
left at a crime scene, but whatever. Let's go.
You
I mean, if there's
approach.
anything left.
You approach the location that was described to you that Eleran finds without effort. It seems to be nothing more than a particularly secluded woodland area. There is very little sight lines. You can understand why there are regular patrols around this area.
We should
Basically-
have brought one of the recruits.
Bit
The
late now.
the area around this place is like it's almost like a miniature valley created by the rocky outcroppings and the trees. And basically, if you were a creature wanting to assault the town, Grim,
Yep.
this would be a tactically sound place to build a camp in preparation for assault, because it would be completely undetectable by the town
Okay.
Can I
But-
sort of like...
without
sorry.
patrols, of course. Yes, carry on.
Can I sort of like, I don't know, like sort of sit down and sort of like meditate, maybe feel if there's any sort of magic or residual magic in the area?
I know what you could do. You could ask the trees.
Trees aren't sentient!
Oh,
Animals.
right. Shit.
Animals.
I don't know if any of the animals would have seen anything.
You
I
never
want to
know,
do
though.
I want
If-
to do a little magic check first.
If you want to meditate and do magic, you can do me an arcana, and I will give you bonuses, seeing as you're spending time doing it.
Yeah,
So you
but I
can roll
probably
it, and
won't
I'll tell
be
you
able
what
to
that
do
means in a minute.
Okay.
Don't roll
Uh,
garbage.
What are the rest of you
Brian,
doing?
hey!
Yay!
I did not roll garbage.
I'm
Could
so
I
proud of
kind
you.
of look around the area for anything? I guess any of the
Can I
previously
have
mentioned
can I have Lara
substances.
sniff around for any suspicious scents?
Yes. Roll me an investigation. Roll me a perception check for your wolf, and then an investigation check for yourself. If your wolf succeeds, it will give you advantage on your
Oh.
investigation.
Hmm.
Assuming that she did not succeed.
She gets advantage on perception checks involving smell.
Oh.
Mhm.
And you want an investigation.
An investigation check.
Fuck.
I'll tell you what that means in a minute. Anybody else doing anything?
Hold
Can I
on.
look around the area for any of such previously mentioned substances that might cause
Nature
the
check.
effects that she experienced?
Okay, I'll tell you what that means in a minute.
Oh man.
Is there like any indication of where like the body was laying, or is it like completely washed out?
With the body has long since been removed, and with all of the rain, it is very difficult to find where this took place.
Yeah.
You can still look
well-
around to see if there is any indication for stuff, but I'm saying now you're unlikely to find where the body exactly was precisely.
Yeah, it's. Well, I'm just gonna stand in like the middle and then like try to see what I would catch with like my, like in the corner of my eye, and then
Yeah.
try to investigate over there.
Okay, perception check. Is anyone else doing anything?
Oh, grim.
Can I ask Ileron, is there anything else nearby, like to this area, that would be of note? Like anything? I guess that might have been noticed out of place, like even in the past.
Ileron thinks and says, there... Potentially, yes. I'm not sure what. There's a couple of places that the Wild Hunt keeps an eye on as, like, potential danger zones.
Okay. Is there any areas nearby with particularly strong magic? Besides, like, I guess that's the best way to ask that.
Not that I know of. This isn't like particularly a spot for the a hot spot for the Feywild or anything. I'd call it mundane, but far from it being an ancient forest like this.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
V, you meditate for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, even in the pouring rain. And you reach out with your magically attuned senses to see if you can detect anything. And for a good part of that 30 minutes, you feel nothing. Almost as you're about to give up on it, you feel basically what feels like a slight, almost like a whiff of something on the breeze, but in a magical sense.
Can I sort of? Okay, no, go ahead.
Yeah, you sort of you focus your senses, and you're not sure, but you get the faintest sense that some sort of illusion was used here. Something in the illusion school of magic, at least. Yeah. As Lyra is looking around, she's sort of smelling the ground, walking a couple of steps, smelling the ground again. And she looks up at you, actually, basically, as she reaches sort of like a spot sort of like in the middle of this area.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of she looks at you and cocks her head quizzically. At which point you come over and basically, like it doesn't seem like you find anything. Apart from what could possibly be a slightly darker patch on the ground that is possibly bloodstained.
Okay.
Vondal, you find nothing. You find no plants that you recognize to be hallucinogenic or poisonous of any kind.
Okay.
Grim, you stand there and look around. Nothing particularly catches your eye.
Can I sort of, after meditating, can I sort of like look around if there are any sort of marks or something from a fight or something? Maybe any damage to the trees or anything that's a little bit like out of place. Can I look for that?
Yeah, you can roll me either nature or perception, whichever is higher.
Perception's higher. Oh my god,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
on point, guys. I know you guys
Nice.
suck right now, but
Wow. You really
Okay,
are
I'll
on
tell you what that
point.
means in a minute.
I'm so determined to find out.
Did
know.
you relay the information about the illusion magic?
Not yet. I'm just searching.
Okay, then I'll I'm looking around.
Can I take Lyra to like the edge of the forest and like try to roam around a little bit more, see if either of us see anything?
Yeah, you want to widen your search area? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give me perception checks for you and your wolf.
Nice.
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 Good job, Lyra. Proud of you.
Okay, I'll tell you what that means in a minute.
I'm so in suspense right now.
Anybody else doing anything specific with the information they found?
Well, since you said it was like perfect place for like a camp, if we wanted to basically do anything to the city, I'm gonna I'm gonna go past like the walls. You said it was like a kind of a what is it, canyon thing?
Yeah, it's basically a small incline that, due to the way that the trees have grown and there are boulders surrounding it, is basically screened by a natural tree cover from the village, and the village is like 10 minutes walk away. But it's literally it's a perfect cover screen, and it would be a great place to set up a camp if you were an ambusher.
I guess I'm just gonna look in the like along the screen,
Mhm.
or like the cover screen.
Yeah, roll me investigation. Sorry, perception rather.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
No.
Very nice.
We're making up for the shit rolls, guys.
I know. We
Ew.
had some shit rolls.
Round 2.
Return of
Does
the
anybody
roll.
have anything else they want to do, or is that enough for?
Has the entire like is it kind of a clearing but not really?
There aren't any trees growing in the sort of along the rut. It's growing up along the sides, but it's not particularly a clearing.
Okay. Have we basically like combed over the area that's not like covered by trees?
Yeah, considering you don't really know your search area because you don't have any sort of bodies to work off, you've combed like a fairly wide area, sort of not thoroughly, but you've had a look around. You could go further afield and take a look.
Yeah, I guess I'll go a little bit further into the tree area and see what I can find. Not that I'll be super perception or.
Yep, roll me perception. Okay, nice.
Oh my god, guys. We are just doing
Right.
so well. So proud of us.
V, remind me what you're looking for again?
I was just sort of checking the trees and everything. If there's anything like maybe like a sign of a fight or something, or just anything that looks a little bit out of place.
You do not find any signs of a fight or a struggle or anything. As you were examining one of the trees, though, you noticed that one of the trees has a series of notches in the side of the bark. They look like they've been... They're not massively deep, but they look like they've been... like, some of them are older than the others. It's kind of difficult to tell with the rain. But... It's almost like somebody's just sort of like idly scratched at this tree with something sharp over a period of time.
Can I sort of call over Ilaran and sort of ask, is this something that any of the recruits or maybe Captain Anariel herself would do?
He looks at it and says, I don't think so.
And I don't assume that Captain Anariel has any sort of magic.
As much as the next ranger. We all have some sort of wild magic, but no more than the other
illusions.
ranger. Let me roll. I know Captain Anariel is skilled in deception. I've never seen her cast a disguising ability, but I wouldn't put it past her.
Okay.
Okay. Arya, as you are looking along the trail, you once again notice that basically there's a patch that is over sheltered by the trees, and you the first thing that catches your eye is sort of there is tracks leading across this path.
Tracks!
Tracks!
They look like they're certainly elven feet wearing military boots of some kind. And as you are examining these tracks, you hear Lyra bark. And as you turn to her, she seems to have found something in the bushes.
Okay.
As you go to investigate it, you find a small empty glass vial.
Oh my god!
Grim, as you are examining the natural barricade, you find basically that there's like a series of stones sort of stacked up behind like a bit, well, not quite. It's in front of basically the stones, and as you sort of like you knock them aside, you notice that there's almost like a small space that somebody, if they were crouching, could stand in and almost hide themselves. And almost indistinguishable against the wet stone, you see more scratch marks.
Like,
To you, as a military-minded man, they look like somebody was keeping track of something, counting something.
Okay.
Kelariis, remind me what you were looking for again.
I went.
Oh, you were ranging a wider area to see if you could find anything.
Yes.
You basically you find a similar thing to Arya, where you find several sets of tracks with elven footprints, and several of them seem to follow what you expect would be the patrol route that takes them the broad area around. Because Anariel splits up the recruits, and the recruits take separate areas, and presumably one of them would walk along the high ground, and you find the tracks of somebody walking along the high ground. You find the tracks of presumably Anariel walking through the ditch. You also find another set of tracks that you don't really account for. It doesn't seem to be a part of the patrol route.
Where is that set?
It seems to walk almost like parallel with the slope of the small ditch. But it doesn't walk in a straight line. It doesn't walk with purpose. It sort of meanders around a little bit, and you keep finding spotty bits of it just sort of like under a tree, and there'll be like several footsteps as if they've walked like around the tree or something. It doesn't seem ordered. It seems more like somebody is walking and looking at things.
Okay.
well, I guess we regroup.
Yep, you can regroup and relay all of this information to each other. Discuss.
Yes. Cool.
Well, I think the vial is pretty important.
Yeah.
That's a big find. Is there anything? Is there any still like? Is it like? Is there any droplets still at the vial or anything that might indicate what its contents were?
Roll me a medicine check and find out. There do seem to be like there is still a residue inside it. Whether it's wet from the rain, but there does seem to be a residue of something inside it. You'd have to test it to find out more.
Okay, we should definitely keep hold of that. We should test when we're in a safer location.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that kind of bothers me is that for some reason someone was observing this spot.
Yeah, I found tracks around there.
Yeah. So did I. And they didn't seem to be part. Some of them were patrol route tracks, but there was one set that kind of seemed to be wandering a bit, looking at stuff.
Someone's been putting notches in a tree over over a longer amount of time.
They're same behind like a couple of rocks, like nice hiding spot. Seems like they were counting something. I'm guessing the amount of patrols or amount of people they came past. I'm not sure if it's like the
Why would-
amount of times they passed or the amount of people in like.
But if they counted the amount of people, then it would be done in one go, not in several.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They could quite possibly be counting time.
And the fact that there's notches in multiple places means there's more people.
Unless they've moved around.
Yeah, they could have moved around.
There's also a residue of illusion magic, but I'm not sure of the source.
That's also interesting. Since there's obviously someone that was hiding. So
Can
they
I look
could've-
at the Can I look at the file? Well, the file of.
Yes.
Pile.
so
Well, how do you?
that
But you can
actually,
spell it. You can even spell it like with PH or with B. Anyway, fuck whatever.
actually, it kind of adds two options. Like maybe someone was hiding themselves with the magic, or they
That's true.
created an illusion on the recruits. Because, well, it's kind of their job to hunt monsters, and if you think the recruit would happen to be, I don't know,
It's not just monsters, it's any threat to the forest.
just a threat in general, then, you know. Yeah,
V,
but monsters you tend to be
As you
less,
examine this vial, you examine it and you sort of like you take a look at the liquid, and then some compulsion on some just like on a compulsion you sort of like smell the bottle. Immediately you feel woozy,
Oh no.
and
Catch me.
it's almost as if you were about to black out.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. Do others see me like nearly blacking out?
Well,
Yeah,
it's only for a fraction of a second. You're sort of like, oh, whoa.
What is it?
And the first thing that crosses your head is, why did I just do that? And you remember, oh yeah, I wanted to see what was in it. But there's a moment where you're... like, even half a second where you are robbed of your peripheral senses.
Oh shit.
We done it. We found the thing.
I love natural 20s.
Wait, do we actually realize, since she forgot, that what she was going for?
Oh no, she remembers
remembers.
because she was only affected for it for half a second.
Okay.
Has she told us this? B?
Not yet.
Yeah, I almost forgot what I was doing just from smelling this.
That must be it. That must be what they used on her then. Whoever this person was that was staking out this spot. The question is, how did they get her?
Darts. Blow darts.
That's possible.
That's what I would think is a possibility, but I don't know.
Well, if even smelling this makes me go weird,
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it does when you drink it
Where did you say
or
you
splash
found
it.
One thing is certain, we have to figure out exactly what this is and what the effects are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arya,
We need
where
to
did
ta-
you find that vial?
It was over in here in this sheltered area. Lara found it, and
It's in a bush, yeah. In a bush under a tree.
yeah.
Another interesting thing is, like, if it causes you to black out, then you probably wouldn't be capable of murdering someone whilst in that state, because you said you already became woozy just from smelling it.
Well, I don't know what I would do if I really blacked out. Would I?
Yeah, that's true.
faint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't black out and faint.
I'm not sure if I want
They're
to
not
find
always
out
the same.
firsthand.
Yeah, let's not.
How about
try
you
that.
swallow it?
Please
Illa-
God,
Illaran,
no.
Not the
do you
black
know anyone who could possibly identify this for us?
There is a herbalist in town. He might be able to do something.
We should definitely speak to him.
That's alright.
He would certainly have... I don't know if he has the ability, but he would certainly have the tools.
We definitely need to speak to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do have a herbalist among us, don't we?
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have some people who can do herbalism, yes.
But V didn't know what it was, right?
To be fair, you handed her a vial with a few drops of liquid in it and said, "What is this?"
I mean,
That's like handing a chemist a fucking vial with a few drops in and saying, "What chemical is this?"
okay.
Without
fair
doing
enough.
tests, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Fine.
We need tools. We need something to test it with.
I mean,
And
like if
herbs
he
will
had
certainly
enough
have
of it and
them.
he poured it on something and it burned through, he says that's probably an acid. But he wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to tell you without tests.
Can we just take another quick look in the area where Arya and Blair found the vial, just in case there's something else in that immediate area? But otherwise, I think the best bet would be to take it back to.
You can
actually
certainly
get
have a look.
tested.
You can roll perception checks.
I guess you might as well have a look.
Loris,
Look.
god damn. Oh, I guess.
Oh, are we all rolling perception checks?
Yeah, you're just
Sure.
looking around.
Oh. Yeah. At least I thought it was like
Yeah.
kind of a call for everyone.
Okay.
Grim.
You all sort of look around and don't really find anything. Arya, however, as you're leafing through this bush, that basically Lyra was looking at or smelling, you push some of the bush aside and see if there's anything else in it, and all of a sudden you're pricked by a thorn.
Oh shit.
Oh.
But this plant doesn't have any thorns.
Okay.
Oh.
As you examine your hand, there is what looks like a tiny bone spine sticking into your hand.
Ah. Can I take
With-
it out?
Yeah, like it's not embedded. It's just sort of sticking in your hand. Like you pressed your hand on it and it's
Yeah.
stuck into you because it's sharp.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be naturally occurring. It seems to be carved.
Weird.
Is it hollow?
Give me an investigation check.
Fucking Kelariis.
Ah, yeah, it is
Look.
not hollow,
It's not hot.
but there are. As you take a closer look at it, it does appear to have tiny, almost like tiny little curving cuts that, like,
Okay.
almost like a not quite a drill bit, but sort of like a drill bit carved into it, which you know is done to darts to make them retain liquid.
Ah.
Ah, bro.
So it's a blow dart of
Bro.
sorts.
So now we have the
More like a
concoction.
needle, I think.
The yeah, it's probably more like a needle.
You have
and
means
delivery
and
method.
opportunity. What you lack is
Yes.
motive, and most importantly, a suspect.
But we can get
Ooh.
there. I
Oh,
believe.
at least we have reason to doubt, or
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
believe the story, basically.
We can, if all else fails, we can at least stay the execution.
But
Sure.
can you?
Reasonable doubt, bitch.
Hopefully, if they
Hopefully.
run on
Summary judgment in 3 days.
Can we? Okay,
2
let's
days
go
now.
and
This is-
find this herbalist and take him this thing.
How late is it?
It's getting towards evening.
We must hurry then. Quick.
Is this just like while we're going back to the town village? Is like the little needle dart thing? Does it look like a common kind of?
You've never seen it before. You can roll me history checks, those of you who want to sort of think about it as you're running.
Yeah.
Oh man, Arya's just hitting these 17s like a boss.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Meanwhile, Kelariis.
Look.
Oh, sweet lord.
Me. Oh god.
it.
guys.
Okay, well, Arya's.
Arya, you know that blow darts have been used by intelligent creatures as weapons for, well, probably for hundreds of years. You know that they tend to be the domain of creatures that prefer stealth and deceit. They're very often used by things like the Fae, like the CD courts are very fond of blow darts and things. That's the fairies. But the styling of this dart is just, it's wrong to be a fairy. Like, if it was a fairy dart, you never would have found it. And the vial is just way too big to be carried by a fairy. You know there are various creatures like bullywugs use poison darts. Even some of your, actually probably not your ancestors, like wood elf ancestors use blow darts, and probably actually some wood elves to this day still use blow darts. There's who else would use darts? Drow.
So basically, there's a ton of people that could use darts. Potentially.
You're narrowing it down to sentient, cunning, deceitful, and probably small or medium-sized.
Okay.
The fact that it's made of bone sort of makes you think it's probably a, in game terms, evil-aligned race.
Okay.
Not a lot of people tend to make their weapons out of bone, because generally it tends to be sort of like if anything, you make stuff out of horn, like bones are generally tend to be considered sacred, and the bones of beasts are very often brittle and not very good crafting materials.
This is like a sentient creature bone.
You have no way of telling that.
Right.
Yeah, you putting it safely, you know that you don't know of any civilized race that uses bone to craft weapons in this way. Like, somebody might have a layer of bone like embedded into the hilt of a weapon or something. Like an ivory handle, but made from bone of another beast. But you've never come across darts made of bone before.
Gotcha.
But you are almost certain that it is a sentient, probably evil, probably large-sized creature.
Well, normal size, I guess.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, small to medium-sized creature. And with that, you arrive back at the town.
I like how I almost fit the description.
I know. I was thinking about that with your fucking.
Like, I use darts.
But they're not this kind of darts.
They are not
no,
blow
that's-
darts. No, they are war darts, which are
Bigger.
more like kunai than anything. And with that, it is 10 to 11, which I think means Cav needs to go in a minute. So
I should probably be wrapping up.
Yeah, I think we shall wrap up the session for there, and you will have to leave it on the cliffhanger of discovery.
No.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Kill me.
I just want to know.
I'm not gonna kill you. You are a precious plant child. Why would I kill you?
It's true.
You're possibly one of
Can't
the
take any
So
one
you've-
of the people.
You've
that
managed to
that
solve
particular
one
friend-
mystery, but there's still a mystery that you haven't even had to encounter yet, or haven't really encountered yet, and there's one mystery that you have to leave unsolved.
Hooray.
I think the next step should be that we go to the barracks and we ask about the victim, I think. Like, is there anyone who didn't like the victim? Like, it's...
I
I
mean,
wonder
it
if it's...
also-
I wonder if it's just about the captain, or...
Well,
I
that's
don't
what I
know.
was gonna say. It might be worth asking for both things.
Well,
And kind
if-
of getting a feel for anybody. Actually, it might even be good to ask if there's anybody out of the recruits that either is known to have something against the captain or has access or the ability to use illusion magics.
No, I also want to go back to Captain and Ariel and just ask her... Well, actually, she probably wouldn't remember using illusion magic. I don't know.
Well, the fact that people have been watching the area for a long time means they have planned it out. So it was very deliberately targeted at the captain.
Yeah, they probably knew the patrols.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that they were going to come by.
This is probably a very elaborate attack at the captain.
Probably.
You're assuming it's
I
Levithyl the
don't.
captain.
Well, yeah, because
You're assuming the captain was the intended target.
It could have been
That's
the victim,
true.
and that the captain was just the one that happened to be
Yeah, I was gonna
in the
say.
area at that time to
So
do it.
either they're targeting the captain, and the recruit just happened to be the one to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they're targeting the recruit and the captain was
Or
the
they're
one to
just
be in the
targeting
wrong
the
place
village
at the
in
wrong time.
general, and they didn't care who was
Yeah.
on the
All
patrol.
that.
Yeah.
Something you'll have to work out in 2 weeks' time.
Ah.
Because we're taking an extended break because everyone's disappearing from Comic-Con.
Yes.
It's also...
Bet you wish you didn't go to Comic-Con now. I still wouldn't have been there, but oh well.
I would have liked to have gone. Anyway, it's time to tell me what you've learned. Volunteers, I'm going to start picking on people.
I've learned that you love giving us companions, Nick.
I feel
that's
like-
not a serious point.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time.
I think I should go first, because he has to leave first.
Yeah.
I go first every time, but this is the
Yeah, because you always have to leave. Jeez.
I don't mind. Plus, it's not like I'm in a huge rush to leave it today, like last week. But anyway, yes, the whole basically. Oh god, I don't know what I've learned in person. I know what Vondal has learned easily. What I've learned as a player, I'm not hugely sure. I guess we're doing more investigating of stuff, and I guess I'm thinking more logically around that kind of thing, because a lot of the stuff I've done before is much more I guess a lot of stuff I've done before D&D and otherwise is a lot less story based and investigation-y stuff and a lot more combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't done a huge amount of proper investigation-y stuff before. It's all been go here, fight some things, go back. So I'm learning more about the whole. Actually, I'm learning about how to play in scenarios where combat is very much sidelined.
Mm-hmm.
Do with more practical kind of investigation, looking through, solving crimes, I guess. Because I'm not particularly good at that, and I feel I'm kind of learning to think about that a lot better.
Yeah. I must say, you did do very well in your interrogation, considering you were the only person that was allowed to speak.
Yeah,
You asked some good questions.
yeah. I'm not normally very good at that. At least I don't think I am, anyway. But
It's okay, you don't have to do a court case yet.
fucking
Yet.
hell. Yeah, that's the key word.
Yeah.
That's okay, guys. I have shitty experience.
Well, at least we
Yay.
have some kind of defense.
Yeah. Anyway,
We're gonna have to present all the evidence. Fuck me.
this is gonna be terrible.
Present your evidence.
Why are you making us do a Phoenix Wright reference?
I'm
you
not yet.
bastard?
The Phoenix
Not
Wright
yet.
reference comes later.
The key word is yet. Anyway.
Where's your evidence to support
as-
this? Take that!
Okay, no. Anyway, as a character, Vondal is slowly but surely. I don't know. I think he's definitely trusting everyone a lot more, and and at this point he's definitely open to say that rather than a companion, V is definitely a lot closer to him than just a traveling companion. Like obviously the classic dwarf way, the difference between a friend and an accomplice is about 100 years. But she's definitely more than just a simple traveling companion.
Aw, friend.
And he's definitely feeling more trusting around this group that he's come to know.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I hate to say it, but you haven't actually killed a whole bunch of stuff this session, and you've not finished the mystery that was set in front of you, so you only get 330 experience this week.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're only halfway through the session's planned content, but that's fine because you did a lot of role playing and you improved your characters rather than solving the mystery.
Well,
We
don't have
did.
to
We
level
had
up every
character development.
Yes.
We had a lot of character
Which is
development.
the whole point. It doesn't matter if you finish what I've set for you as long as you enjoy getting
Yeah.
there.
Luka actually talked to people.
enjoyed it a
Yes,
lot.
you did.
I made
Yeah.
conversation.
Arya has a friend.
Yeah. Okay, so who's next? Arya, do you want to volunteer, seeing as we were just talking about you?
Sure, I'll go. So, as a player, I learned that me and Helena are shipping trash, but that's not really a new
That's
thing.
not a new discovery.
But, so, okay, backstory, because I realized we had this conversation off camera, but, like, so after we first met, what's his face?
Kelariis.
You keep forgetting his
I
name.
keep forgetting his name, sorry.
You
So
ship
after
him
we
and
met
you don't
Illiran-
even know his name.
I know! So
Pathetic.
after we met Illiran,
He's in your diary.
me and Helena, like, instantly, after he described the captain to us, me and Helena sent each other messages, and we were like, oh my god, he totally likes her. And then so we brought it up to Rob in the break, and he was like, I'm not saying anything. And we were like, oh, it's totally a shit.
Well, no, he was just like, fuck, it was too obvious.
Yeah.
I said that
But-
after.
Yeah. So, apparently, we were super good at spotting ships and making them sail. So that's why we're super invested in the ship now. Or in this mystery, is because of the ship. Also, yeah, I guess I learned more about, like, sort of, like, role-playing and investigation. Because I did a lot of actual role-playing this session instead of just staring moodily at the rest
Yeah.
of the group.
You weren't edgy and distant the whole session. You
know,
actually
I'm
got involved with some of the
slowly-
characters, which was nice.
Talking to people, which is...
And you found a
in terms of,
companion
like-
who is exactly like you.
I know, I found a kindred soul. And, yeah, so Arya has learned a lot this session. She has learned a lot about her wolf, about the connection they have,
Yep.
both literal and metaphorical.
Yep. You've both
She's
lost loved
learned-
ones to the
I know,
monstrosities.
the monstrosities, which is really sad. And she's learned a lot about high elves and what they're doing, and I think she really does generally want to help them. I think with the other sort of stuff that's happened up until this point, she was kind of like, whatever, like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll be here and do this. But I think now she's a little bit more invested because, I don't know, she like talked to this guy for a while and had some decent conversation.
He's a little bit
And I
like
think
you.
she's, well, yeah, and I think she also sees injustice happening, and she's like, that ain't gonna fly.
Mhm.
So it's been a very big session for Arya.
Oh, you're stealing the justice card from somebody else.
I know.
Hold on. To be fair, they are both chaotic good,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, and like,
If
I
Arya
know.
didn't care so much, she would fall more into chaotic neutral, I guess.
yeah, and like, also, I don't think she wants to see these friends get ripped apart from each other.
Mhm.
Hashtag cry.
Okay, very nice. You can have your 330 experience.
Yay.
Who's next? Come on, I'm gonna start picking on people.
Oh, fine. I don't know. Today's session has been, well, I guess the previous session wasn't so much about roleplay, which today's session was a lot more about. Previous session was really fun, but in like we're exploring something and there's a lot of combat going on. Well, not a lot of combat, but like exploring a dungeon, which is half the game.
You haven't encountered the other half yet.
I hope we won't encounter them, for a while. Anyway, but yeah, sort of this one was more about talking to people, which I also enjoy. But sometimes it's a little bit hard to like come up with things on the fly.
You did do very well, I will say. All of you have been doing a very good job of sort of getting into character and I use this phrase that Will uses a lot, which is like wearing your character, which is where you act and behave like them. You are all, for how inexperienced some of you are all very good at it.
Yay!
Yes. As a character?
Helena?
Hello?
Um,
Okay, I think
her
Helena has
internet
read.
might have crapped out.
That's fine, we can come back to her. Who's next? Anybody? Don't make me pick on you.
Helena just says help.
Oh, there we go. Gone. And back. Oh, okay. Okay, you can continue then.
Thanks. I don't know why my internet is being weird. Whatever. Yeah. As like a character, I guess. I think V sort of likes talking about her quests and stuff. But the moment someone else's problems sort of come up, she'll very quickly like shove everything else aside and be like, I have to help this person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Also, the whole thing with Arya sort of breaking those eggs didn't really sit too well with her, and I think for a moment she was even a little bit scared of like seeing the sort of like a darker side of Arya.
I want to come back to something with mine as well.
Yeah,
after.
when Helene's finished, you can.
Of course.
Yeah, it's definitely going in the journal. Just saying. Because I don't know, I think that was like, I don't know, it was a very defining moment, I think.
Yeah, I will confess that scene was designed to build conflict.
Oh. Purposely wrote in angst.
Yes.
What?
That'll happen a lot. Now that you guys are bonding, there will be equal amounts of angst.
Oh no.
Okay. Brief recall back to Arya.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that scene with the eggs was like the first time she's really like lost control in a long time. And I think it kind of, because I think she's really tried to like be this kind of cold person, and I think it really scared her to watch herself lose control like that.
Yeah, your emotions took control, and you weren't comfortable with that.
No.
That was good. It was. I don't know whether you did it intentionally, but you roleplayed that very well as Arya. With you took command of the situation. You didn't want anybody else to interfere. This was your task.
Yeah.
Which was
I think
very in character.
One of the reasons why V just left is because she didn't want to like stand up to Arya while Arya was like that, because it was kind of scary.
Yes, I can imagine.
But yeah, that was intentional. I was like, no, this is literally what I have set out to do with my life.
Yeah.
Is to protect innocence and destroy monstrosities.
Yeah, very good. You may have 330 experience. Who's next? There's only two of you left, come on.
Well,
I'm thinking, like, what should I say? It's like...
There is no wrong answers to this.
Yeah,
it's whatever you
not
feel.
So much, it's not so much that as... Well, even though, like, as Grim, I did learn, like, a bit about, like, the others mainly.
Yeah.
And I do have, like... And I think I slightly find it weird that like all the conversations that like only go in Elven or in Sylvian, or
Yeah.
well, because like there's no reason for it. Well, sometimes there is, but like he kind of feels like Vondal is either showing off or or trying to hide something, which makes him slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, it
I
was a
feel-
little bit unfortunate that you didn't really have you couldn't. It was difficult for you to contribute in certain conversations in this session.
Yeah, well, but that though, like as a player, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Well,
As Grim finds it kind of annoying.
yeah, to a
Grim wants
certain
to take
extent
the
that
lead,
was
but-
intended.
Aw.
Let's see. So, and I guess as a player, I think I noticed we often get like very tunnel vision on some stuff. Like for example, the magic thing.
Yeah.
With that was yeah, really focus on one thing and kind of forget like that like there are other options.
Yes, it's good to
But-
broaden your vision.
But you help us out.
Yes, that's what I'm
Very
here for.
unsettling.
I'm here to grow the story.
What else? Well, I guess if we ever meet another gnome, I could just mess around with him
Yep.
Or her.
or her,
Just
them, they, it. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. 330 experience. Last but not least.
All right. So Kelariis has again kind of she's seen like more like herself kind of grow closer and kind of come to understand her fellow traveling companions more, and she really is realizing that she wants to help all of them do what they've set out to do. She doesn't want to push aside, of course, her own quest, you know, as it relates to being, or as it relates to Tritherion, but she does really want to help, and she doesn't always know exactly what she can do, but she's willing to try, I guess.
Mhm.
And I guess, well, for sure, I mean, the whole thing with Anario is kind of probably not necessarily shaken her, but kind of made her very determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is that happened. I think seeing Anario in the cell and realizing just how broken she was after, well, I guess she didn't really hear what Elrond had to say about the captain, but seeing that and knowing that they haven't really, or kind of, it seems like the others haven't, like the marshal and stuff, haven't really done a lot of investigation. They've kind of just gone based on what they've assumed from straight up just seeing, and like what the recruits saw, and I think that kind of rubs her the wrong way.
Yeah. You feel like stages of justice have been missed.
Yeah, and that, and in turn, like me as the player, that that irks me, because that's something that I like, that is my thing. Like as me as Jayla, that is my thing. Like that's my part of what I want to do when I'm out of school and stuff like that. So it was just a weird play into that. But
Mhm.
I constantly now worry about the effects of my great sword.
The one that you keep waking up next to.
Yeah, you know, that's always good.
One day you'll fail that wisdom saving throw and shit is gonna go down and we're all gonna cry.
I know, because even I know, but I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna happen. I'm just like, ugh. But no,
It
as
will
a
be
player,
interesting.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
What if it happens in 2 weeks' time?
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
Statistically
it's
speaking, it will happen.
probably eventually, yeah, it will happen.
It's only a DC 13.
What if one day, what if it never happens? What if he always rolls? Like we get to 20th level and it's never happened?
Oh, I hope hope by then that
Lars
I've
so strong.
fixed the thing. Wisdom so strong. No, but as a player, I've kind of learned again to be more creative with the way that I transfer my own thoughts to the thoughts of my character, like the reasoning of my character, because obviously I think of things that Kelariis wouldn't necessarily think of.
Mhm.
So it's finding ways to work that into what she would do versus like what I would say or think and stuff. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. 330
Can I ask,
experience.
how much XP should we have at this point in total?
That's a good question. I think you're all on the same experience, aren't you?
2,450, I believe.
2,450. Okay, because I missed the last one, I
No,
think. And it still
24,
said
2430, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
2430.
Because I think I missed the last one, and it still said 600, and I was just like,
Oh.
wait a tick.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, did we only
2430.
get? Oh, did we get 330 for this one?
Yeah, 330,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, I thought 350 for some reason.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, Arya has only 2 hit dice instead of 3. I've just opened it. Why do you
Oh.
only have 2 hit dice?
I have no idea. I probably misclicked at some point.
Probably forgot to increment it when you leveled up. That's fine. 6 now. You should all have 3 hit dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
Wait, did we actually rest when we came back into town?
We didn't. It's still been the same day.
It's
Yeah,
still the same
Yeah.
day. Yeah, you have not
Yeah.
finished your finished the day yet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, just making sure
In
I
2
didn't
weeks'
miss
time, we'll
some.
finish off the day and rest.
Yep.
Basically.
Right. Well, as usual, I'd like to thank you all for being part of this. Thank you all for playing, and thank everybody for watching. And I hope you're all still enjoying this. I would like to say that I am looking for feedback on the storytelling. If you have any particular interest in anything that happens in the storytelling, what you think has been done well, any favorite parts you guys may have, any moments you think the storytelling has been lacking, I am looking to improve how I do the storytelling. Even if it's just sort of like this was really good, I'd like to hear more of this, then that's great. But I would like to hear feedback if you guys are offering
Message me
it.
on Tumblr too. Winky face.
Yeah, if you're not, if you don't follow me on Twitter and you're literally hearing about this through somebody else, then you can contribute on any media to any member of the group, and it will trickle down to find me, and it will remain anonymous if you so wish.
Yeah.
Make sure you let us know
Yep.
you wish to be anonymous, otherwise we won't know.
Yeah.
Send us anonymous asks on Tumblr, provided they're not hate. Please help.
Right. Well, once again, thank you all, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.